Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Caritāmrta class. We begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padam Pradati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanutamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यरे चितारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are continuing our discussion from Chaitanya Charitāmrta, Madhya lila. We are in chapter 14. This chapter is entitled Performance of Vrindavan Pastimes. So in this chapter, we heard Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He begins this chapter by describing how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his associates, he went to the festival of Lakshmi Vijayotsava. And there he discussed about the super excellent love of the gopis. And then he was very happy and he danced in front of Lord. So in this chapter, Kaviraj Goswami describes how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercy to Pratap Rudra Maharaj. How Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was tired after dancing in front of Ratha for a long time, he went and he took rest in Jagannath Vallabha garden, the famous garden where Mahaprabhu would always take rest. When Mahaprabhu was there in this garden, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he told him, now you please go and be in the dress of a simple Vaishnava and go and serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prataprudra Maharaj went and as a simple, humble Vaishnava, he started massaging Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet and he started reciting the verses of Gopi Gita. Mahaprabhu became very ecstatic. And as he came to this verse, Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhirivritam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvigrinantiye Bhurida Jana. Gopis are describing the qualities of Krishna. He is Bhurida. Bhuvigrinantiye Bhurida Jana. Those who are compassionate, the devotees of the Lord, they keep on singing the glories of the Lord everywhere. When Mahaprabhu heard this, he started calling out, Bhurida, Bhurida, you are Bhurida, you are Bhurida. You have, shown so much mercy to me. And then Mahaprabhu asks, who are you? You have shown so much mercy to me. Who are you actually? प्रभु कहे कि प्रभु बोले कि तुम्ही करिला मोरा हित आचंबिते असिप्या कृष्ण लीलामृत. Who are you? Now, Supreme Lord is asking, you cannot lie to Supreme Lord. So Prataprudra Maharaj very humbly, he actually expresses his heart. Raja kahe ami tomar dase ranudas vritter vrittikar ei mor ash. I am servant of your servant. Please accept me as servant of your servant. Mahaprabhu became very happy hearing this. He embraced and then he actually showed him his opulences. But he told the king, please don't disclose this to anyone. And all the devotees, when they saw the mercy of Mahaprabhu on King Pratapruta, they all became happy. They started rejoicing. And then after that, Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they were taking rest. After taking rest, Maninath, he brought different type of prasad, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the lunch with all the devotees. And in this way, ultimately, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went back to pushing the Rath, pulling the Rath. Rath was not moving. Mahaprabhu went back and with his head he started pushing because none of the elephants or wrestlers, they were able to pull the Rath. Mahaprabhu pushed the Rath and Rath started moving. Ultimately, the Rath reached Gundicha temple, and then we have discussed, I think, verse number 46 only. We'll continue from verse number 47 today. So, uh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came out after taking rest, he saw that the Rath was not moving. All the Pandas and the Gaudas, they were trying to pull the Rath, but it was not moving. And it was a great anxiety for everyone. They were so exhausted that they had abandoned the attempt only. We can't pull this Rath. King arrived. All the ministers and the friends, they all arrived. They started, thinking what to do. King arranged for big, big wrestlers. And they all were putting all their effort, but still they were not able to pull the Rath. Now the king became very anxious. He brought powerful elephants and they started pulling the Rath with all their might. The Mahavat, the uh, the person who controls the elephant, he started, piercing the elephant with his elephant goad, and the elephant was shouting, but still they were not able to pull the Rath. Everybody was in anxiety. What to do now? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he saw all these things happening. He let the elephants go. He went behind the Rath and personally he started pushing the Rath with his own head. And as soon as he did that, the Rath started moving. And all the devotees, they were just holding the ropes in their hand, and the Rath was effortlessly moving. It was just moving by the touch of the head of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Rath started moving with a rattling sound, and all the devotees, they became very happy, joyful. They started shouting, all glories, all glories, all glories to Jai, all glories to Lord Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jai. So that's how they were glorifying. In this way, in few moments, the cart reaches Gundicha. Nimesha Tagila Ratha Gundicha Dwar Chaitanya Pratap Dekhi Loke Chamatkar. Within few moments, the car reached Gundicha. Chaitanya Pratap. Very interesting adjective. Chaitanya Pratap Dekhi. Seeing the astonishing, uncommon strength of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everybody was struck with wonder. Loke Chamatkar. How powerful Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was. Even elephants could not move the Ratha. And Mahaprabhu, just by his touch of his head, he moved the Rath. And immediately, within few moments, Rath reached Gundicha. And all the devotees, they became very joyful. They started calling Jai Gaurachandra, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, wonderful, Adbhut, Adbhut. All these sounds were coming. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seeing his greatness, Prataprutra Maharaj and all the friends and the associates and the ministers, they were all full of ecstatic love. They were also rejoicing. How powerful Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. Then the servants of Lord Jagannath came. They brought him down from the car. And as there was a Panduvijay ceremony to bring the Lord on the Ratha, there is another Panduvijay or Pahandi. to take the Lord from Ratha now to Gundicha temple. So first Lord Jagannath went and he sat on his throne. Then Baladev and Subhadra went. And then there was bathing ceremony done. And all the three lords were offered beautiful, wonderful bhoga. And after Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra are on the altar, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they started performing wonderful kirtan, started circumambulating the lords. And in this way, everybody was overwhelmed. Whoever saw this beautiful darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing in front of Lord Jagannath, they were all overwhelmed with ecstatic love for Krishna. So after this entire festival was over, in the evening, various devotees they came and they all invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at their home. They were all jubilant. Everybody wanted to invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at their home. But how many homes Mahaprabhu can go? Everybody wanted. So for first 9 days, the all the devotees headed by Advaita Acharya, they got a chance to invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then that's how during this entire Chaturmas, different devotees, they extended their invitation. But somehow Mahaprabhu was going daily for prasad at somebody's home for because he was invited, but still some people could not get the opportunity. Some devotees did not get because only 4 months. There were so many devotees. So what other devotees did, they found a way out. एक दिन मंत्रणा करे दुई तीन मिली यही मत महाप्रभु निमंत्रण के लिए. So what they did, because they could not get one day each, so what they did, they came together in group of 2 or 3 and they jointly invited Mahaprabhu. They combined and they invited Mahaprabhu at somebody's home. So 3 of them sponsored. So these are the wonderful pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya, and they are called as Nimantrana Keli, the pastimes of accepting invitations. Whatever the Lord does is a pastime. Even going to a devotee's home for prasad is also a pastime. Nimantrana Keli. So after taking his bath early in the morning, Mahaprabhu, every day he would go and take darshan of Lord Jagannath in Gundicha temple, and then he would perform Sankirtan with all the devotees. And then Dvaitacharya and all the devotees, they would dance. Mahaprabhu induced all the devotees and Advaitacharya to dance. And then sometimes Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu, and sometimes he told Advaitacharya and Haridas Thakur and Achyutananda, son of Advaitacharya. So Mahaprabhu would induce all these devotees to dance. Sometimes he engaged Vakreshwar Pandit, the best of the dancers. We have heard about Vakreshwar Pandit. He could dance for 72 hours without stopping. He had told Mahaprabhu, please give me 10,000 Gandharvas to sing. They'll sing and I'll dance. So sometimes Mahaprabhu would tell Vakreshwar to dance, and Vakreshwar Pandit would start dancing. So 3 times in a day, morning, afternoon, evening, devotees would perform Sankirtan. It was Yashastri Sandhyam Kirtan going on. And just by dancing in this way, wonderfully, Mahaprabhu, he was in separation from the Lord for 15 days during Anvasar ceremony. Now, after taking darshan of Lord Jagannath every day, his feelings of separation subsided because now now Krishna has returned to Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu was in the mood of Radharani. Separation from Krishna she was experiencing. And now Krishna has returned to Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu is experiencing all those ecstatic emotions. And that's why his feelings of separation, they somehow subsided. And he was always submerged in the consciousness of Radha and Krishna's pastimes. Surrounding the Jagannath, this Gundicha temple, there were many gardens. Mahaprabhu would see these gardens as Vrindavan. There were many lakes also. Mahaprabhu would sport with all the devotees. One of the very famous lakes is Indradyumna Sarovar. And the devotees, they would form wonderful pastimes in this Indradyumna Sarovar. Kaviraj Goswami describes in detail these water pastimes. Mahaprabhu and all the devotees would enter this Indradyumna Sarovar. And what Mahaprabhu would do, he would personally splash the devotees with the water. We have also done sometimes when devotees, they go and take bath in some lake or some river, they start splashing water at each other. Mahaprabhu would do that also. He would personally splash. And sometimes the devotee, they would form a circle around Mahaprabhu. Sometimes they would form many circles. So that's how they would sport. And interestingly, sometimes they would play kartal also in the water. Sometimes they would make sounds like frog. And sometimes they would pair and they start fighting. They would start fighting in the water. And one person would emerge victorious, other would get defeated, and in this way they would all laugh. So that's how wonderful water pastimes. Now there are various pairs of devotees. Advaita Nityanande Jala Pela Peli Acharya Horiya Kache Kare Galagali. Advaitacharya would fight with Nityananda Prabhu. Now Advaitacharya is an old man. And Nityananda Prabhu is a young person, young. So Advaitacharya would get defeated. And Advaitacharya, after he getting defeated, he would give all the bad words to Nityananda Prabhu. Acharya Hariya Pache Kore Galagali. They would call him ill names. He would rebuke Nityananda Prabhu. These are all wonderful pastimes. We should never judge. We should never analyze how can Lord do this. Some pastimes are meant to be relished. They are not meant to be analyzed. The pastimes of the Lord are meant to be relished. We should not analyze all the pastimes of Lord Krishna and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are meant to be relished. So Advaitacharya giving bad words and lips to Nityananda Prabhu is unheard of. Of course, we have heard in the previous chapters also how Advaitacharya, when he invited Nityananda Prabhu and Mahaprabhu one time, Nityananda Prabhu and Advaitacharya, they started arguing and giving ill names. Nityananda Prabhu said, just see, I have come in the house of, he said, oh, you are not able to feed me properly, I am hungry. My own half of the belly is also not full. After eating lots and lots of prasad. And Advaitacharya says, oh, I don't know what is the background of this Avadhuta. And by serving him, I am getting contaminated. So they would give all these bad words to each other in the very joking mode. So here also they are fighting. Swarup Damodar and Vidyanidhi, they would also fight. They would also throw water at each other. And then Murari Gupta and Vasudev Datta, they also sported in this way. And then another group was Srivas Thakur and Gadadhar Pandit. And Raghav Pandit and Vakreshwar Pandit. One interesting group was, pair was Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya and Ramanand Rai. Sarvabhaum Sang Khele Ramanand Rai, Gambhirya Gela Duhar Hoila Shishupray. Sarvabhaum Sang Khele Ramanand Rai and Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, they are playing Gambhirya Gela Duhar Hoila Shishupray. They lost all their gravity and they became like children. They were very, very, you know, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was an elderly person, and Ramananda Rai was a very, very sober, grave personality. Gambhire Gela Duhar, they both lost their gravity and they became like children. So Gopinath Acharya, he's seeing all this. And Mahaprabhu is looking at all this. Mahaprabhu tells Gopinath Acharya is the brother-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. महाप्रभु तादुहार चांचल्य देखिया गोपीनाथाचार्य कहे किछु न गोपीनाथाचार्य किछु कहे न हसिया चांचल्य महाप्रभु तादुहार चांचल्य देखिया महाप्रभु saw this restlessness of both of them and he is also laughing and smiling and he is speaking to Gopinathacharya. पंडित गंभीर दुहे प्रामाणिक जन बाल चांचल्य करे कराह वर्जन. Both of them, they are Pandit Gambhir. They are known to be very, very grave people, very scholarly people, very authoritative personalities. Bala Chanchalya Kare. And what are they doing now? They are playing like children. They are doing childish things. Bala Chanchalya Kare. Please stop them. Karahavarjan. Mahaprabhu is smiling. Gopinath Acharya, he replies, very wonderful. गोपीनाथाचार्य कहे तुम्हार कृपा महासिंधु उछलित करिबारे तारो एक बिंदु. Oh my Lord, you are Kripa Mahasindhu, you are ocean, you are great ocean of mercy. Uchalit Koribare Tarek Bindu. And one drop of that ocean has swelled up upon them. They are drowning in one drop of the ocean of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's great mercy, great ocean of mercy. Mahaprabhu's mercy is like a fathomless ocean. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramanand Rai, they are like small pebbles. They are very insignificant. Mahaprabhu has come to drown everyone in this river of love of God. Hey Gupta Bhava Sindhu Brahma Napa Eka Bindu Hena Dhana Bilaila Samsare Aiche Dayalu Avatar Aiche Tata Nahi Ara Gure Keha Nare Varni Vare. Mahaprabhu, he is a Gupta Bhava Sindhu. He is the ocean of mercy, ocean of love of God. Even Brahma cannot understand a drop of it. Hena Dhana Bilaila Samsara, this love of God, which Brahma cannot also understand, Mahaprabhu, what he did? He brought it and threw it in this world. Take it. Aiche Dayalu Avatar, Aiche Data Nahiyar. Who can be more merciful, giver of charity than Mahaprabhu? Aiche Dayalu Avatar, Aiche Data Nahiyar, Guna Keha Nare Varni Bare. Who can describe the wonderful qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Mahaprabhu's mercy is like ocean. A drop is sufficient to drown us. If that is sufficient to drown Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, we are not even an atom in compared to them. Just like sometimes when in the Guru Puja time, the devotees they form line and they take Charnamrit. And if one ant is crawling on the ground, one drop of that Charnamrit is sufficient to drown that ant. That's our condition. So Gopinath Acharya is saying, Uchalita Korivare Tare Bindu. A drop of pure mercy of your great ocean has swelled up upon them. And you know what is your mercy? Meru Mandara Dubai Jatha Tatha. Meru Mandara Parvata Dubai Jatha Tatha. Eidui Gandashail Ihar Ki Katha. Are your mercy can drown even Meru and Mandar Parvat. These two are very little in comparison. Eidui Gandashail. They are like little hills. They are like small hills. Meru Mandar is, you can drown them also. If you see in Bhagavatam, what is the Meru mountain? What is the Mandar mountain? Meru mountain, it is in the middle of the, Jambudvipa. It's a huge mountain. And Mandar mountain was brought to churn this nectar, the ocean, the milk ocean. It was so huge. All the devatas and demons together could not lift this Mandar mountain. And he says, Meru Mandara Dubai Jatha Tatha. Your mercy can drown your Meru and Mandar. So who are these two? They are little hills. Ei dui Gandashaili Ihara ki katha. Who can describe your mercy? So we have to understand that Mahaprabhu is so very merciful. He has come to give the highest to the lowest, and it is our responsibility to just accept it. When a great charitable person is just giving mercy, is distributing wealth, what he expects is just take it. So Mahaprabhu has come and he has come to give the highest to the lowest. So what he accepts, what he expects, just take it. That's the only thing which he expects. And to collect that, we should have a patra because the mercy is flowing everywhere. Mahaprabhu's mercy is flowing. Dashuti ke baheha huite. Mahaprabhu's pastimes and Krishna's pastimes, they are like rivers flowing in all directions. It is our responsibility to bring a patra which is not full of holes. Our patra is made up of trinadapi, sunichena, tarorapi, sahishnuna, amanina, manadena, kirtaniya, sadahari. That is our patra. Being humble than the blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree. That is the patra which we should be carrying. If we are proud of our achievements, our capabilities, then we will not get the mercy of the Lord. So Sarvam Bhattacharya and Ramanand Rai, they are the highest of the personalities in Mahaprabhu's lila. Ramanand Rai did the conversation between Ramanand Rai and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is the epitome of all the conversations. Sarvam Bhattacharya was the best of all the Mayavadi scholars. And Mahaprabhu, he transformed him and made him the best of the Vaishnava. And Gopinath Acharya is saying, Meru Mandar, Dubai Jatha Tatha, Eidui Gandashali Harkikara, they are little mountains, little hill. So that's why Kaviraj Goswami says, if you want to use your logic, please use your logic to understand the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is will fail in our logic. Because a logical person will think, why this person is showing mercy to this person? He's so sinful, so insignificant, so fallen. But Mahaprabhu's mercy, it overcomes all the obstacles. Apane kariya shwadane shikhaila bhaktagane prema chintamani prabhudhani nahi jane stan yare tare koila dan Mahaprabhu data shiromani. Mahaprabhu is data shiromani. He's not considering he's qualified, he's not qualified. Yare tare koila dan. He is giving this mercy to everyone. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Daya Karaha Vichar Korile Chitte Papi Chamatkar. You will be astonished in just thinking how merciful Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. Vichar Korile Chitte Papi Chamatkar. So Mahaprabhu transforming Sarvam Bhattacharya into a greatest of the devotee, it is unimaginable. शुष्क तर्क खुली खाइते जन्म गेला जार तारे लीलामृत पियाओ हे कृपा तुम्हार. Gopinath Acharya says, this Sarvam Bhattacharya, Hare, logic is a dry oil cake from which all the oil has been taken away. That is logic. No rasa, no taste, dry oil cake. And this Sarvam Bhattacharya, whole life he has spent in that logic. He was a Tarkic, used to, just apply logic everywhere. But just say what you have done. Tare Lilamrit Piyao ek kripa tomar, you are making him drink this nectar of Harikatha. This is your mercy, O my Lord. This is unimaginable for any ordinary person in this world. So that is what is in store for all the devotees. Just accept the mercy. Mahaprabhu wants us to drown in this river of love of God. So after Gopinathacharya finished his talking, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled. He was very happy. Then he performed Sheshai Lila. He called for Advaitacharya and he made him lie down like Ananta Shesha. And Advaitacharya, by his mystic personal potency, he manifested his personal potency. He was floating on the water. And Mahaprabhu lied down on Advaitacharya like Mahavishnu lying on Ananta Shesha. That is a wonderful pastime Mahaprabhu performed. And then after this, Mahaprabhu and all the other devotees, they sported for some more time. And then they came out of the water. They returned to the place. Mahaprabhu was staying at a place called Aitota, one of the gardens there. Mahaprabhu returned back. So all these wonderful pastimes Mahaprabhu is performing to show how he is a supreme Lord. Sometimes he shows that. Performing this Shai Leela, he performed Mahaprakash Leela in the Madhya Leela, it will come. So that's how, sometimes Mahaprabhu would display his opulences. Not always. Because he appeared as a devotee and he would not allow anyone to even call him as the Lord. If somebody would call him Lord, he would close his ears and he would shout, Vishnu, Vishnu. But sometimes he would display his opulences. Very many devotees, Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, and all the other devotees, they came along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the house of Advaitacharya and they took their lunch. Whatever extra prasadam was there, it was brought by Vaninath and it was divided into all the other associates. There was huge quantity of prasad. Advaitacharya and his wife, Sita Thakurani, when they would cook like mountains. And after taking prasad, Mahaprabhu went to Gundicha temple again to visit the Lord. And at the night, he would again come back to take rest. So this was his regular routine till the time Mahaprabhu was, Lord Jagannath was there in Gundicha temple. So next day morning, Mahaprabhu again went to temple of Gundicha and he saw the Lord and he started chanting and dancing in the courtyard of Gundicha temple. And he enjoyed various pastimes of Krishna. As Krishna would perform his pastimes in Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada writes, we should be very careful that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't imitate the pastimes of Krishna dancing with the gopis. Because it is a tendency to remember only this, oh, Krishna Mahaprabhu performed the pastimes of Vrindavan. So means Krishna has only one pastime, which people think, Ras Leela. Prabhupada quotes Saraswati Thakur. Saraswati Thakur has pointed out on this point, Vrindavan Vihar. The word used is Vrindavan Vihar. So Vrindavan Vihar does not refer to Krishna's mixing with the gopis or the mellow of Parakiyaras. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't perform any of these Parakiya pastimes. When people, they try to, put Mahaprabhu in a position of Krishna, it is called as Rasabhas. Because Mahaprabhu is not in the mood of Krishna, enjoyer. He's not in the mood of enjoyer. He's in the mood of enjoy. Therefore, all these various apasampradayas, they are not following the actual philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One of them is Gauranga Nagari. This Gauranga Nagari Apasampradaya, they make Mahaprabhu as Krishna and they perform Ras Lila, thinking that Mahaprabhu is Krishna and he is enjoying Ras Lila with the gopis. No, it is not right. It is not acceptable. Prabhupada writes there. Mahaprabhu's Vrindavan Leela in the garden of Jagannath did not involve association with women or with other people's wives in the fashion transcendently demonstrated by Krishna. It was not at all Rasa Leela. No women were allowed there because Mahaprabhu is the best of the sannyasis. So, what is this Vrindavan Leela then? In Vrindavan Leela, Mahaprabhu conceived of himself as assistant of Srimati Radharani. And she would be absorbed in remembering the pastimes of Krishna, being in the mood of separation, remembering the various pastimes of Krishna. So Prabhupada writes, one should not compare Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Vrindavan Vihar in the garden of Jagannath with the activities of the Gauranga Nagaris. These Gauranga Nagaris, they make Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Krishna and they perform pastimes. They make gopis perform pastimes with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is complete rasabhas. So we should be very, very careful not to mix rasa. Otherwise, we become sahajiya. Srila Prabhupada was very, very strict. Even if somebody is chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Prabhupada was very careful. And he would always tell, don't add anything to Maha Mantra. No word should be added to Mahamantra. Mahamantra is in itself sufficient. The 16-word mantra, it is sufficient. You should not add anything, any word, any syllable. This mantra is sufficient. There are many Apasampradaya mantras. Nitai Gaur Radeshyam Hare Krishna Hare Ram. This is Apasampradaya mantra. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not at all doing any of these pastimes. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very much against any of these things. And as followers of Saraswati Thakur, as follower of Srila Prabhupada, we should be very careful to find any deviations because such deviations they enter very slowly in our society. And we may feel, what's the problem? This is also the name of the Lord only. What is the problem in that? No, it becomes sahajiya. So Mahaprabhu, he would perform wonderful pastimes in the garden of Jagannath Vallabha, and many other gardens were there. In all these gardens, beautiful flower-bearing trees and plants were there. There were birds chirping, bees buzzing. Mahaprabhu would enjoy all this Vrindavan atmosphere. There were various trees in those gardens. Mahaprabhu would dance under each tree. And Vasudev Datta would sing a different song under each tree, just to give pleasure to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after dancing for some time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Vakreshwar Pandit, you dance. And then he started dancing and Mahaprabhu started singing. First, Vakreshwar was, Vasudev Datta was singing and Mahaprabhu was dancing. And now Vakreshwar Pandit is singing and Vakreshwar Pandit is dancing and Mahaprabhu is singing. So all like this, Mahaprabhu is performing wonderful pastimes. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami and all the other Kirtaniyas, they begin to sing. And all the other devotees start dancing. Mahaprabhu is now singing. Swarup Damodar is singing. There are various other Kirtaniyas who are singing. And all the other devotees are dancing. In midst of all this dancing, they didn't realize how the time went by. That is absorption. Many times when we dance in Kirtan, we think, kab tak chalega ye? Till how long we have to dance? Okay, 5 minutes more, take it, chalega. Devotees lost all their consideration of time and circumstances. And then after performing all these wonderful pastimes in the garden, they again entered another lake called Narendra Sarovar. Earlier one was Indradyumna Sarovar. There is another lake called Narendra Sarovar. The devotees performed various pastimes there. And then they again returned to the garden and they took prasad. In this way, for 9 continuous days, till the time Lord Jagannath is there in Gundicha, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they would perform these pastimes every day. It was a mood of, ecstasy, jubilation. And that's how this garden was a huge garden, one of the garden. Jagannath Vallabh garden was huge garden. And Mahaprabhu, he took rest there in all these 9 days. After this, Hera Panchami festival came nearby. And Prataprudra Maharaj, he called for Kashi Mishra. Kashi Mishra is the superintendent of Jagannath temple. And Prataprudra Maharaj, he instructs Kashi Mishra that you please celebrate this Hera Panchami festival in a very, very wonderful way. And it should be done in such a way that nobody had ever seen before. It should be even greater than the Rath Yatra festival. Decorate the entire city, decorate the temple of Gundicha very nicely. There should be flags and festoons everywhere. Take as many as the printed cloths, umbrella, bells, and charmer, and decorate the entire city, and decorate the entire Ratha very nicely. All the different types of flags should be there, small flags, large flags. So Prataprudra Maharaj is giving detailed instruction how to celebrate this Hera Panchami festival. He tells, he call all the musical and music parties and kirtan parties and dancing parties and they should perform this festival so nicely that everybody should be attracted. And of course, in any festival, the most important part is prasad. He said double the amount of prasad. Because that is the most attractive thing. That attracts people, prasad. So he said, celebrate this festival in such a way that it should surpass Rath Yatra festival. And any difficulty, you just tell me. It should happen without any obstacle. So in the morning, Mahaprabhu, he took all the associates and went to Jagannath Puri temple. I went to see the Lord at Gundicha temple, Sundarachal. And then he again went to Nilachal. And he wanted to see this Hera Panchami festival. Nilachal means Sri Mandir. Sundarachal means Gundicha temple. So Hera Panchami is the festival when Lakshmi Devi goes to see Lord Jagannath. So Kashi Mishra, he invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees and with great respect made them sit on nice throne. And now in this way, Jagannath, this Hera Panchami festival is about to happen. So Mahaprabhu, he wanted to hear this wonderful mellow of devotional service, which is being described in this Hera Panchami festival. What is this festival? What happened in this Hera Panchami festival? So so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is asking. So this is a discussion which is happening to describe the very, very intimate pastime of why Lord Jagannath didn't take Lakshmi Devi to Gundicha temple. Why he went alone? So this is a little esoteric pastime. And Mahaprabhu, as he returns to Nilachal to witness this wonderful Hera Panchami festival, Kashi Mishra Prabhure Bahu Adara Korea Swagana Sahabhal Sthane Basailayya. Kashi Mishra, he invited Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, made them sit nicely on a wonderful throne, and he began to question, Mahaprabhu began to question Swarup Damodar Goswami now because he wanted to hear some mellow of devotional service. What is happening here? यद्यपि जगन्नाथ करें द्वारकाय विहार सहज प्रकट करे परम उदार तथापि वत्सर मध्य है एक बार वृंदावन देखी के तार उत्कंठा पार. He says, although Lord Jagannath enjoys his pastimes at Dwarka, but once a year he becomes eager to see Vrindavan. So throughout the year, Lord Sri Chaitanya, Lord Jagannath ji is in Sri Mandir, that is Dwarka. Once a year, he became eager. He becomes eager to see Vrindavan. And Mahaprabhu is pointing to all the gardens around Gundicha. And he tells, just see all these gardens, they exactly resemble the gardens of Vrindavan. And Lord Jagannath becomes very, very eager to see them again. Externally, he gives the excuse. You know what excuse he gives? That he wants to participate in Rath Yatra festival, but actually he wants to leave Jagannath Puri and he wants to go to Sundarachal. That means he wants to go to Gundicha, which is Vrindavan. Gundicha is a replica of Vrindavan. नाना पुष्पोद्याने तथा खेले रात्रि दिने लक्ष्मी देवी रे संगे नहीं लोए की कारणे. So he says, well, the Lord performs all these wonderful pastimes day and night in the flower gardens in Gundicha, near Gundicha temple. Why he didn't take Lakshmi Devi with him there? What is the secret behind this? He should have taken her also. She's concert. Swarup Damodar Goswami, when he hears this question, he tells, "Oh my Lord, please hear this reason. Why Lakshmi Devi was not allowed in this pastime of Vrindavan. वृंदावन लीलाए कृष्णेर सहाय गोपी गण बिना कृष्णेर हरिते नारे मन." In all these Vrindavan pastimes, the gopis are the only assistants of Krishna. Apart from gopis, no one can attract the mind of Krishna. Gopi Gana Bina Krishnera Harite Nareman. Nobody can attract the mind of Krishna apart from the gopis. So therefore, Mahaprabhu says, well, actually, this Rath Yatra is just an excuse. Krishna goes with Subhadra and Baladev, and all the pastimes with the gopis, they take place in those gardens in very, very confidential ways. And nobody knows about these pastimes. So, but what is the fault of Krishna? Why Lakshmi Devi becomes angry when Krishna goes alone with Subhadra and Jagannath, Baladev? Why Lakshmi Devi becomes angry on Krishna? Swarup Damodar Goswami says, स्वरूप कहे प्रेमवती रे तो स्वभाव कांतेर औदास्य लेशे होए क्रोध भाव. So now Swarup Damodar Goswami is explaining the esoteric, you know, relation between a lover and a beloved. He says, Premavati. Premavati means a girl who is afflicted with love. It is the nature of a girl who is afflicted with love to become angry that her lover is neglecting her. So naturally, a girl becomes angry. हे न काले खचित है विविध रतन सुवर्ण नेर चौदाला करी आरोहण. So as Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar Goswami were talking like this, the procession of Lakshmi Devi came by. So in this Hera Panchami festival, Lakshmi Devi, she is becoming angry that first of all, Krishna left me, Jagannath ji left me, and he is not returning back also. She is waiting. 5 days have passed by. Krishna has not returned yet. And she is riding in a palanquin, golden palanquin carried by 4 men. And this palanquin was bedecked with variety of jewels. And the servants of Lakshmi Devi are carrying chamar. Some are doing peacock feather fan, carrying umbrella, various flags are there. It's a royal procession. And Pratapruta Maharaj has already given instructions to Kashim Shraddha. This should be better than Rath Yatra. Some various musicians are there and dancing girls are there in front of this palanquin of Lakshmi Devi. And it was a wonderful, jubilant festival happening. The maid servants of Lakshmi Devi are carrying tambul, they are carrying chamar, they are carrying boxes of betel nut, pan, some are carrying pitchers of water. And everybody is dressed very attractively with all the wonderful garlands and necklaces and ornaments. It was a wonderful festival. And in this way, Lakshmi Devi arrives at the main gate, very angry. Jagannath has left, not returning. She is very angry. And she appears along with her friends and family members. They were all dressed very, very luxuriously. Jagannatera mukhya mukhya yatya bhritya gane Lakshmi Devi radasi gana kore na bandhane sana. So what is happening here? So there are the assistants and the servants of Lakshmi Devi. She has come out and she is seeing all the assistants of Jagannath Ji. So what these associates of Lakshmi Devi are doing, they arrest the associates of Krishna. They arrest the principal servants of Krishna, Jagannath Ji. From there starts the fighting. Bandhiya niya pade Lakshmira charane choreye na dandakori loye nana dhane. So what is happening? They bound the servants of Jagannath Ji and they brought them and made them fall down at the feet of Lakshmi Devi. Indeed, Kaviraj Goswami says, just like thieves are arrested after they have done some thievery, they are arrested and they are brought. Similarly, all the servants of Jagannath, they are bound, they are arrested, and they are thrown at the feet of Lakshmi Devi. So Srila Prabhupada writes, why they are so angry? Why Lakshmi Devi is so angry? So when Lord Jagannath starts his Rath Yatra, he gives assurance to Lakshmi Devi. Don't worry, next day only I'll come back. So Krishna is known for that. Next day only I'll come back. Vrindavan also he left like that only. Next day I'll come back. And he's not returning. Lakshmi Devi is waiting. Vrindavan Vasis never came to Mathura. Lakshmi Devi, she becomes angry. एक दिन हो गया, 2 दिन हो गया, 3 दिन हो गया, and she feels, sorry, my husband is neglecting me. He's not coming back only. She's really becoming angry. And she decorates herself, and all the associates are decorated also. And they came out and they are standing at the main gate. Where is Krishna? Why he's not returning? Why Jagannath Ji is not coming? And because they are seeing all the associates of Jagannath Ji, in anger they arrest everyone. And they throw all of them at the feet of Lakshmi Devi. And as they are thrown at the feet of Lakshmi Devi, they almost become unconscious. And they are chastised, they are given all bad words. अचेतनवत करे करे न ताड़ने नाना मत गाली देना भंड वचने. Nana mata gali, they are abused, they are given all the loose language, criticized. लक्ष्मी संगे दासी गणेरा प्रागल्भ्य देखिया हासे महाप्रभु गण मुखे हस्त दिया. So now as this gali is happening, they are giving all the gali to all the servants of Krishna, Jagannath Ji. Mahaprabhu and all the associates, they keep their hand on their face and they are smiling and laughing, seeing all this wonderful pastime. And in this way, they are very happy and ecstatic. Swarup Damodar Goswami says, this is the egoistic pride of a lover. And there is nothing like this within three words. There is no egoistic pride like this within the three words. त्रिजगते कहा नहीं देखी सुनी यार. I have never seen it. I have never heard it. The way they are angry, the way they are proud of their mistress Lakshmi, I've never seen. मानिनी निरुत्साहे छाड़े विभूषण भूमे वशी नखे लेखे मलिना वदन. Generally, what happens when a woman is neglected and disappointed? What she does? She gives up all her decorations, all her ornaments, and sits on the ground and she makes lines and draws lines with her nails. Now we see this in the case of gopis. When they came, Krishna said, "Oh, gopis, it's so nice that you have come, but it is so very dangerous to be in the Vrindavan forest. There are various ferocious animals. And you have left your responsibilities at home. You should go back. And if we have come to see the beauty of the forest, Vrindavan, okay, you have seen it, now please go. And if you have come because I called you, no, now I am satisfied, you go back." It was as if they were rejected by Krishna. So what they started doing? They started making lines on the ground with their feet. When Rukmini Devi, she heard the various words spoken by Krishna that, oh, we should have married someone else. He made a mistake. Like Rukmini Devi started thinking, maybe Krishna will leave me. She fell down unconscious. So Swarup Damodar is saying, I have never seen such type of pride. Generally, when a lady is disappointed or neglected, she gives up all the ornaments and she becomes really sad and morose and sits down and makes lines on the ground. And I've heard this kind of pride in Satyabhama, this type of pride in Lakshmi Devi. I have seen this pride in Satyabhama, the proudest queen. And I've also heard of it is in the gopis. So gopis were also being like this. But, this Lakshmi Devi, she is exhibiting different type of pride. Her pride is different. She is not giving up her ornaments. She is decorating her with all the ornaments. And she is manifesting all her opulences. And she is even sending the soldiers to attack her husband. What type of pride it is? As Prabhupada writes. Seeing the impudence of Lakshmi Devi, Swarup Damodar Goswami, he is informing Mahaprabhu that I have never experienced any type of any pride like this in this world. This behavior of Lakshmi Devi, it is unseen, unheard of. Generally, the lady is a woman is neglected. She gives up all the ornaments and doesn't dress properly. Here, she is dressing very nicely. What is this happening here? So that's how wonderful discussion is happening. So we'll stop here. We'll continue next time this discussion. Hare Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.